Anyway, so now we're going to get into story time. You know what I mean? With your boy King Slizzy. Get busy. Listen, I lived a wild life. I got a lot of stories. This story I choose to share with y'all is how I did the 10 years in prison, because a lot of people keep asking me how I did 10 years in prison. So let's just get into that. You know, when you locked up, right, niggas know the time and the dates when you've been locked up before. That shit be accurate as hell. So look, yo, 2007, right? Boom, I'll never forget it. 2007, I'm running it up. I'm getting money. I had bought the Lexus GS and I had the Taurus. Long story short, I'm chewing on beans. I'm in New Jersey. I'm riding around listening to Lil Wayne. I end up going on a high-speed chase. I'm shooting down Beach Street. I got Welcome to the Bad Side. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I got that shit on max volume. I had just bought a pole, 38 revolver, chrome joint, black handle. I literally just bought it. I'm coming down Beach Street and I'm flying. Police parked up. As soon as I pass them, I try to hit the brake, but I already knew they was gonna jump on me. So they jumped on me. I took off. I go down Beach Street. Beach Street turned into Kathy's Court. I go into Kathy's Court. They got like a little playground right there. Boom, I busted right in there. I throw the slammer. I had the sunroof down and everything. I throw the pole. Boom. Come out of there. Come on Exit Street. Gun down Exit Street. Make a left up Madison. Now I'm shooting it up Madison as fast as I can. I'm in the Lexus GS to 300. I'm going as fast as I can. I got this little button I was always trying to try called overdrive anyway. So I hit the button. I feel like I'm doing 100. You know what I mean? And I'm all, you know, I ain't had a wheel at the time. I ain't gonna hold you. I get by 20th Ave. I try to hit the brake and turn the car and the shit skidded out. Hit the wall. Boom. Airbags explode. My head go back and forth. I hit the wall so hard, the fucking axle on the front of the car had broke, the front axle. So one of the wheel was this way and the one was this way. I jumps the gate right here on 20th Ave. I'm trying to, you know, my adrenaline pumping, so I ain't even realize I was already fucked up. I jump the gate. I jump another gate. All I know is when I hear the police right behind me, I try to go jump a third gate and I hear dogs. Like, rur, 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 rur. They got a car impound lot. So I end up jumping back over. Police grab me up. They beat my ass. I end up in the county jail. This 2007. If I believe this was September 2007. Like I said, I was getting some money. My block was getting some money on the time. I'm from Jackson Street, south side of Patterson. I was expecting to come home because we had bail at the time. You know what I mean? My bail wasn't that serious. So I'm sitting in the county, right? And as a young dude, you don't realize, you know, when you sitting in the county, you know, you dealing with bail. It's like, man, I'm expecting them to pop my bail. Like, I was already taking some losses, so, you know, the money wasn't fully there, but I needed a co-signer. There was a lot of shit with the bail. Long story short, I end up sitting all the way to next year. So this way it get a little spooky at. And this is what I got to say to a lot of y'all, too. When y'all man's locked up and they calling, out of sight shouldn't mean out of mind. Don't turn your back on your man because you never know where that put them at mentally. So anyway, I'm locked up. The whole time I'm locked up 2007, waiting to make bail, niggas is playing with the money. Niggas is acting like they got everything else better to do. In my mind, I'm like, yo, when I come home, I'm flipping shit. That's the only thing I was thinking about. When I come home out of here, I'm not playing with nobody. Friends, nobody. I don't care. So I came home 2008. I end up making bail. I was nervous because my daughter was born January 19th. I didn't want to miss her birth. We didn't even have a baby shower. I came home. I was fucked up. All my money was gone. I'm 18 years old. You know what I mean? And yeah, I was just out for blood. And at the time, you know, like we in New Jersey and I'm banging. So I'm like, shit, I want to put in work anyway. So I come home 2018. I finally make bail. Everything that I built on my block is already in disarray. Niggas done already moved in. Niggas try to take my spot on the street and literally take my J's, do mad bullshit. So I wasn't really having none of that shit. You feel what I'm saying? So when I come home, it's like, all right, look, anybody that play with me, we just got to get into it. My first case was a nigga named Mo. Me and Spank had fronted him some work. He ran off with the work. This back when the bleeps was jumping. I'm bleeping him 3-4 times in a row. He cut the phone off. We know we live at on Mill Street. I decided to go to Mill Street. We knocks on the door. I kick in the door. Home invasion. He ain't there. His uncle there. You know, we searching the house. His uncle say some nut shit. I shoots his uncle and shit. Yo, tell Mo I'm here. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know. I was living like a movie at the time. Long story short, I walks out of there. That was the first attempt that I had on my jacket. I was on a run from that day on. That was January. from January to March 3rd, I had 4 shootings, 2 robberies, and, you know, some other shit that I was already wanted for. By the time I got locked up March 3rd. And that's how I ended up getting 10 years, basically. The last case, though, was the most serious case, right? Because let me tell you something. Yo, you never know who your friends is until you get into a situation, right? So I'm in Passaic. I just came off of a shooting. I think I told you this story before. Rest in peace, my little cousin Moo. My little cousin Moo had turned murder. I was mobbed. They jumped my little cousin Moo. I wasn't smelling it. I went over there. They, you know, tried to take the bottle of remedy. A fight ensued. I ended up hitting one of them up. I had a 380 at the time. It only got 6 shots. So we only ended up, you know, my man shot in the air. So we only ended up having 1 bullet, and that was the only one that hit him. He survived. I'm so grateful he did survive. Another fucking case. Mind you, I'm 18 years old at the time. And I was living this is the life I was living. So my last case and shit, nigga named Pun, he was broke. You know, he needed a favor. He like, yo, Presh, come with me on a lick. I go with him on a lick. If y'all don't know what a lick is, it's like a robbery and shit. Mind you, I wasn't really into like, you know, local robbing, none of that shit. Like I was like, if you was a plug, I was taking you down. You dig what I'm saying? I go with him on the last case. We do the little robbery or whatever. Shit goes south. People get hit. I end up locked up. That was the biggest case because the dude that got hit ended up getting shot in the face and shit. Long story short, I ended up doing 10 years for these cases. You know what I mean? I got 10 with an 85, ran concurrent with a 10 with an 85, ran concurrent with a 10 with an 85. All my codees told on me. And yeah, shit kind of got dark in there. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I did the 10 years. I was 18 years old. I was living a life. I knew the consequences of it. I'm not even going to sit here and act like, yo, I ain't know the consequence. I knew the consequences of it. I was listening to Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne had a line in his rap saying, like, you 44, I got a 44, I'm 24. I can murk you and come home when I'm 44. I'm like, shit, I'm 18, so I could come home, 38, and I'm super straight on y'all. And that's just the life I was living. Till I hit that motherfucking county and shit started getting real in that motherfucker. You feel what I'm saying? Canteen started getting light. Yeah, shit started getting real skinny. But that's how I end up doing the 10 with the 85, basically in a nutshell to, give y'all the short version of the story. And yeah, none of that shit was worth it. You know what I mean? All that shit ended up being forgotten about later on in life. The thing about going to jail for a long time is, right, that you tend to think the shit you doing gonna hold some weight. But yo, by the time you get back on the street, life on the street changed so much. It's generation after generation. 10 years, you got 3 generations. They don't remember that work you put in. You these old head niggas come home from the block talking about the shit nobody don't remember that shit, bro. You been gone so long, it's like niggas don't remember that. So now you really got to put work in all over again. Because all the shit you think you did that you was going to stand on and come, nobody don't remember that. And honestly, the young niggas out here right now, that they don't care. Like, yo, I work with some young niggas right now. They don't give a fuck what you do. These young guys now, they statue on how they putting in work is way, way superior to what we was doing back in the day. 1, 2, 3 shootings ain't nothing to them. You know what I mean? That's a cool week. So, yeah, like, it's, I try to tell people, just understand what you're getting into when you're doing this, and hopefully you could deter, from the shit you're getting into, because you try to do things for stripes, but there ain't really no stripes in this for real. You dig what I'm saying? You can stay solid, but they gonna support the suckers. All of the rats is the ones that's famous. None of the solid dudes, look, you stay solid, they gonna hate you for that. The stronger you are, they gonna try to deter you from it. They don't want to hear you solid, because every time they folded and you stood strong, you remind them that they was weak. They don't want to rock with you for that. You could stay strong, not tell. You could be a solid one in jail. You could go down state, hold it up down. Or every test that they fail, that you pass, they gonna hate you for it. You dig what I'm saying? It ain't a lot of real niggas left, and this is the reason why. It ain't a lot of solid people left, and this is the reason why. Yo, look, when you at the top and you strong, they only look for you to break. That's it. And the moment you break, they gonna celebrate it. They ain't celebrating the fact that you just broke, but they saying, aha, you one of us, like, come over here. You know what I mean? So, being solid don't really come with no reward for real. Anyway, moving on. Value and worth. The value of something is not always what you pay for it. Sometimes you might get something for cheap. The value of it is expensive, but you might get it for cheap. So you start treating it like it's cheap. All right, this is another story time. I'm gonna tell y'all this story real quick. So look, on a lighter note, we bought a couch from Facebook Marketplace, right? Yo, the couch was like $2,100. Pretty good condition. Me and the wife went, picked it up. I like the couch. You know what I mean? I damn near love the couch. All right. We got it for like $450 or something like that. Boom. Moving forward, being that we got the couch for a lower price, regardless of what the couch is actually worth, she got the baby standing on the couch. I'm like, yo, why you got the baby standing on the couch? I already know in my mind, because we ain't pay that much for the couch. But the couch is worth what it's worth. I say that to say this. Sometimes people might get you for the cheap. Sometimes in life, people might catch you at a bad time in life, and they got you for the cheap. That's not your exact value. But they might devalue because you got for the cheap. You dig what I'm saying? You was in a bad position. So that you might have been a hoe at the time. But you ain't really a hoe. You really a stand-up good girl. But that's how they gonna treat you, and they gonna undervalue that. You might have been in a bad position. You might have sold something at the time. You dig what I'm saying? That ain't always the value. Sometimes because you get it for $200 don't mean it's only worth $200. You might have just got it because the person was in a bad situation. So I think that because you buy something for cheap or because you get it in that position don't mean that that's the true value of it. You know what I mean? It take a wise person to understand the true value of something. Just because you get it for cheap don't mean that it's cheap. You dig me? That's all. If I sell you a fucking Benz because I'm in a bad position and I sell you a $50,000 Benz for 15 stacks, that don't mean you treat it like a cheap car. That mean I was just in a bad position. You actually got a good car. But because you paid cheap for it, you're going to treat it like it's a fucking cheap car. You know what I mean? This is why people got to get taxed at the high, because you can't give somebody something for the low. They're going to treat it like it's for the low, even if it's worth more. You know what I mean? So, and that's what, I say that to say that with people, it's the same thing. Sometimes, we might catch people in a bad position, but that ain't their true value, though. You know what I mean? I mean, you might catch somebody low or at their worst and think that they ain't worth shit. You'll be a fucking fool to treat somebody like they ain't worth shit, and then they get back to who they really are, and the next thing you know, they are worth something. And they remember that you treated them like they wasn't shit at their lowest. You know what I mean? So with that, move grateful, move graciously, and always, value everything's at the high, especially people. You know what I mean? Because what goes up must come down, and hopefully the things that down, bounce back, man. The value of something is not always what you pay for it. All right, feel my struggle, yo. Look, I'm him because my character, my morals and my character make me him. The money can't buy this cloth. I mean that. You can't duplicate it. You know what I mean? You could try to. You could try to copy it. You could try to walk the way I walk. You could try to breathe the way I breathe. You could try to do the things I do. You could try to do the show, speak how I speak. But, my cloth different. I'm cut from something different. You know what I mean? You can't really emulate that. And I stand that to be true. So when you guys try to do what I do, understand that the message don't always come across truthfully because y'all ain't really being genuine. When I get up here, I give y'all my life with this shit. You know what I mean? It ain't no cut on this. So when y'all see this and y'all be like, damn, I feel it, understand that I lived it. I only speak on shit that I know about. I ain't out here fishing for likes, views, and none of that shit. My cloth different. Money can't buy me. It's been a lot of times where I done turned down a lot of money because morally I knew the shit wasn't right. A lot of y'all backdoor y'all friends. Let me tell y'all something, yo. Look, sometimes they not loyal to you. They only loyal to the dollar. Sometimes your friends only fuck with you because you got the best numbers. And to be real with you, and I know in the streets y'all done dealt with this, you might have a plug and you might give your man the same price that you get. He get the plug, he putting points on it. You dig what I'm saying? We ain't all the same, bro. They gonna call it business. We ain't all the same. I might get it for 16. You my man, I'm gonna give it to you for 16. You gonna get it for 16 and charge me 18. And you gonna call it business. We ain't all the same, man. You know what I mean? So the cloth I'm cut from, you can't emulate this, man. You know what I mean? This shit out of stock for real right now. That's how I feel, Matter of fact, my lineage, my son might be the last. My daughter might be the last type. You might it's bloodlines with this at this point because it's like, yeah, like it's, being real is artificial. Instagram got everything fucking gassed up. You don't even know who real no more. Everything is whitewashed and put with a whole lot of other shit. And if 50 comments say it's real, the next thing you know, it's a bunch of sheep running around. Bah, this is what it is. It's the realest thing ever. You know what I mean? So, you got to be careful. They got the cancel culture out here. Shit booty, man. You know what I mean? I got my own mind. This cloth a little different. We got another post I wanted to speak on. Going through my little viral Instagram post. Yo, you got me on Instagram, apressure185 on Instagram. A Pressure on YouTube, TikTok, Every platform, any other platform we on, it's A Pressure everything. Go follow my Spotify account, A Pressure. You want to like listen to my music, Apple Music, A Pressure. We doing numbers, but we need to do more numbers. So I need you to support the music. You know what I mean? Cause fuck, I'm trying to get out the street for real. I mean, I'm not in the street, but I'm trying to get out of poverty. I got out the street already. Shout out to the wife for that. Let me see. Motherfuckers be like, yo, he a rat and told the whole time. I'm tired of that shit. It seemed like all the niggas that know who ratted really told. Like, what the fuck, my nigga? Like, yo, everybody that sit here, listen, it's a nigga that be at every fucking event, every party, studio session, anything. Yo, he told. Like, brother, you told. These niggas is recruiting for real. A nigga that fucked up his own name, be quick to try to fuck somebody else's name up. You hear me? They don't give a fuck if it's the lie or the truth. They just trying to tear somebody down. A lot of people wake up and don't love life for real. They just not brave enough to commit suicide. You dig what I'm saying? They hate their life for real. People wake up miserable because they done did some shit in their life that they can't take away. Like they can't change it. So what they do is they live their life from now on trying to make everybody else's life miserable. These are crash outs. And the best thing I could tell you to do is stay the fuck away from them. Don't engage. You dig what I'm saying? If you see somebody on a mission like that, don't prove you tough. Let them win. You know what I mean? Every battle ain't meant to be fought for real. I said this on a post too, all right? I'm going to take them L's to get the big W. I ain't about to sit here and fight a battle, get an L, and then end up really getting the L for life. You know what I mean? It's a lot of people down Trenton prison with L's for life. They got 4 letters, ain't no numbers, it's just life over nothing. And when you get down there, you regret it because the thing you did it for and the person you did it for wasn't worth your life, big. You know what I mean? That's it. You don't walk on a landmine if you know it's there. You don't walk into a gas chamber if you know it's there. You ain't got to prove you tough. Like, fuck that. Like, yeah, my nigga, go ahead. I'm not about to. You want to crash out? Go ahead. All you got to do is get out the way of a crash out. Every time I see somebody look like they ready to crash out, they don't value their life, I step to the side. I ain't about to sit here and, for what? I don't got nothing to prove. I already know who I am. You want that? Go beyond. I'm going to step to the side. I guarantee you they run into a Mack truck. They do it all the time. Yo, listen, don't engage, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't worth it. Let me see what else we got going on here. I had a lot of viral clips going on over the time. You know what I mean? So it's like, look at this one. If you have a faithful man, you beating the odds. Stop giving them problems and headaches. This got 120,000 views right here. All I'm going to say is this, yo. If your man faithful to you, yo, you beating the odds. I understand that a lot of y'all gonna say that shit should be a requirement. Like faithful should, but the reality of it is it's not. Like I don't want to sit here and argue who made the genealogy and how we constructed as human beings. The fact of the matter is it's just not. That's it. It should be, could be, would be, but it's not. Niggas cheat more than likely. All right? It's more women out here than men. So, listen, if you got a man that's making, it's nothing else a man could give you more than that. Not money, nothing else. When he make you his number one, that means he willing to give you everything he own. His money, his time, his love, his affection, his forgiveness. He willing to, there is nothing else. You know what I mean? Him being faithful and committed to you, there is nothing else. Like I feel like that's a man's submission. You know how we be saying, yo, you want your woman to submit and all that nonsense. And it's true because you want your lady or your significant other to submit. But understand when the man submit to you, that's what he doing. It's only you. All right? It ain't no more options. I only see you. So if you got that, give him grace because you beating the fucking odds. All right? Don't be sitting here acting like you could get that if he leave tomorrow. I know that's bullshit. You know that's bullshit. You know if you break up with a nigga that ain't fucking cheating on you and dealing with all of this nonsense, you ain't getting that tomorrow. You gonna be on the bottom list of some other nigga. You gonna go to another nigga and he already got 4 women in play and you gonna be 5th on the roster. Now you fighting for a spot all over again. Stop acting like that. Y'all be sitting up here acting like y'all don't know. Come on now. You gonna lose a good nigga over that attitude, man. You got somebody you lock in with him, man. It's the same for the guys, man. You feel what I'm saying? You got a real one that's locked in with you, man. Keep that, man. Because these bitches ain't on shit for real, my nigga. These it's about 4 niggas in that phone, man. You dig what I'm saying? Like, she for you, only you? Lock in with it, man. You know what I mean? Like, we on some new shit. 2025, we trying to build legacies. We trying to have families that's having families. You know, we got to get back to the origin of this shit. This shit is out of order, out of whack. We done made having sneaky leaks and all of this extra shit so cool that we done really got away from God's plan for real. And I think we really got to get back to that. You know what I mean? We need balance. So, you got somebody that's locked in with you, man. Give them grace, man. You know what I mean? Nobody's perfect. Stop, fucking thinking they're going to check everything on your list. They might check everything on God's list. You want them to check everything on your list. Your list is fucking made up based on movies and all of this. A lot of y'all mom never had a husband that checked none of that. So y'all never physically seen none of the shit you requiring from your partner. You only seen it on movies and shit. And he might be checking everything on God's list. He might be a faithful man. He might be a committed man, an understanding man, a teaching man. He might be a family man, a provider, a protector. He might be doing all of this stuff. You know what I mean? Y'all letting Instagram and all of this extra bullshit dictate y'all relationship, and y'all gonna lose every time. You know? That's it. A value of a man is not based on a dollar. It's not about how much he make. None of that shit. You know what I mean? So, you got somebody that's committed to you. Understand that. And yo, not for nothing. Look, right? If this shit ever go back to the old times, because a lot of y'all don't realize, but if this shit ever go back to like the old times when the Testament, when the Bible was around, you know why it was so honorable to have a husband? Because you were spoken for. You know what happened when a woman didn't have a husband? She was ran through. She ended up belonging to a brothel. There's no man here to protect you. I think y'all got to really understand that, right? It's laws in place that people got to stand for and stand by. But the moment that laws is not in place, the moment that the police are not here to protect, what do you think gonna happen? You don't think there's men out here that's willing to take something from a female? All of that tough shit go out the window, man. It's the survival of the fittest, man. 9 out of 10 times a man can overpower a woman, man. And this is what happened back in the Bible. This is why it was good to have a husband, because you were spoken for. You wasn't just doing nothing to nobody's husband. It was consequences. You wasn't doing nothing to nobody's wife. It was consequences. So I think y'all got to understand where this come from. You know, we could talk about the laws and all that, but, rape and all of this shit still happen anyway. You know what I mean? And a lot of people that, y'all probably wouldn't expect it, but had the laws been changed and it'd been a fucking free open range, it probably would be a lot more cases like this. So, it was a reason why having a husband and having a protector was always good and being spoken for, man. I just want to give y'all that. A lot of y'all probably don't know the history behind that. Go open the Bible. You know what I mean? What else? This is what I'm going to say. Look, just because I turned the new leaf don't mean I won't punch you in the face, man. I'm going to just get that shit out the way, yo. And look, let me take these shades off. You right. Let me take these shades off. Listen. Yo, so I got some viral posts, right? And I want to say this and shit, yo. I got a post on Instagram. I said that I'm not the type of person to be talking on the phone. Like, I'm not. Like, if I feel like it's a situation where it can happen, like, I'm going to hit you up and we got to talk in person. Because I don't want it to go left. But I understand on the phone how motherfuckers will get extra courage because we not physically there. Just how y'all got the energy and the courage to do all of these trolling and leave a bunch of gangster comments and all that extra shit that you wouldn't say to a person in their fucking face. So miss me with it when y'all get in the comments, start talking all this nonsense like you don't understand what I'm saying. Yo, you want to do that shit. You want to say that nut shit to my face. Stop it. You want to say that nut shit. Like, you won't do that. But because you on a phone, you got so much extra courage. You's a fucking coward. So what I'm saying is if I feel like the situation could get out of hand, let's just talk in person, bro. Because I don't want it to get there. But if it do get there, you're going to suffer the consequences there. That's it. And y'all jump in the fucking comments. If a nigga walk up on me, I'm going to send him to God and all that. First